Guys, welcome on into Three Bowl Takes. I am Freddie, joined by Chase here. Quinn is out today with some family dinners. So, Quinn, we hope you're having a good time. I know everybody's had a good time. Hopefully, you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I know we did. It was a great week of rivalry college football, as well as some coaching hires.
Mhm.
Hallelujah. And today we're talking about Auburn hiring Alex Golesh from USF. I felt like this kind of came out of left field to me. um, there wasn't a whole lot of murmurs about him getting the Auburn job. It was more so John Summerall.
Mhm.
And then once he kind of took Auburn off the list of teams that he wanted to go to, that's when Auburn went with Alex Golesh. So, what are your first thoughts here on this hire for Auburn?
Um, as an Alabama fan, terrified. As a common ball knower of college football, I think this is a wonderful hire. And if you're upset even by a little bit at Auburn of getting this hire, I feel sorry for you because you don't know what's about to happen. Alex Golesh is a wonderful offensive mind. He took the South Florida Bulls out of the depths of the group of six and has made them a memorable team, even this year, getting the huge upset over in-state rival Florida. They have him as high as 18 this year. At one point, we've been talking about him in the potential mix for a playoff spot. Like he's done things at South Florida that have not been seen in a very long time. He's got two bowl wins under him as well. I love the hire. I think he's great schematically, but I also think he just brings. He's one of those kind of old age coaches, and we'll talk about John Summerall in a minute with Florida. So make sure to stick around for that. But I think both of these group of five coaches that I've hit on this year about like, hey, you should hire Alex Golesh, you should hire John Summerall, is that they both bring to the table just this old kind of grit of coaching that I think is just what you need to win ball games these days. And I think Golesh does that in the way he's got a tenacity about him. He doesn't take any flack from anybody, and he demands respect from everybody they play, and he holds everybody accountable. I think those are very big things in today's college football world with the transfer portal, with the way everybody can fluctuate and move that you need. And it's about his team, and it's not about anybody else. It's not about outside noise. And so much so for Auburn, what's the biggest thing you've, dude? You can give me 0-12 Auburn team. Those suckers are going to have a defense that is probably rivaling the 85 Bears. Like, we didn't watch the Iron Bowl the other night. Those suckers were just, I hadn't heard of anybody on their defensive line, but I'm telling you, they weren't allowing a lot of people to run the ball. The secondary, there probably won't be one first round pick, but they had enough hate in their heart to allow Ty Simpson to only have like 100 yards throwing. That Auburn defense will always be good. The biggest problem is having an offense that complements it. And that's what you brought Hugh Freeze in for. And no offense, the experiment failed. He got a lot of good talent, Cam Coleman, a lot of good receiver signings. Couldn't find the quarterback to really get things going. I think that's what Golesh brings. You got to remember where he's come from. He's developed solid quarterbacks, Hendon Hooker. If you want to count Joe Milton, I think Joe Milton was okay at Tennessee. I don't think he was great. He even had kind of a hand in Brock Purdy at Iowa State. So I think he's done a lot of good things along his route. And then you've even seen, I think it's Bowen this year, Bowen, something like that. But he's done a really good job with quarterbacks. And I think he's going to do a very good job at Auburn. He's going to bring that kind of high flying, hypo offense to it that'll allow them to flourish a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a home run hire for the names that were available, right? Like we
Mhm.
all know that Lane Kiffin was everybody's number one choice,
Right.
and number two seemed to have been John Summerall, and then it seems like they may have gotten their third guy, as you mentioned before we started recording, but um, we had mentioned this. I mean, probably 4 weeks into the season about he like Alex Golesh was going to get a job at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Um, and it looks like he got what he wanted. I think it's a great hire. Um, One of the things that impresses me about him is the way he can attract talent to even like a USF. Like
Mhm.
keep in mind USF before he got there wasn't a Boise State level where it's a well-known brand of group of 5 football, right? Like the team USF by itself is well known just because it's a Florida school. It's a bigger it's bigger in on the student body count of the group of 5 versus the competition. But like you said, like they were in the slums, and for him to have done what he's done and attract the talent out of the transfer portal that are these power 4 level players to come to a school like USF. I, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do at Auburn. Um, I was not real hot on the U Freeze hire for Auburn. I thought they were trying to reach too hard in the past, but it seems like they're trying to reach into the future and get a young guy and give them a chance. And I think he's going to flourish there. Um, as an Alabama fan, I'm a little worried now.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw the whole thing last year with the handshake against the UTSA head coach. He just mean mugged him and all that stuff that happened. Like, that's what you're bringing to Auburn, that
Mm-hmm.
chip on the shoulder, and that's what Auburn needs. And so good on you. Auburn fans, let us know down below what you think about this hire. Are you happy? Are you impressed? Did you want somebody else more? Um, yeah, this has been Three Bold Takes. I'm Freddie. You got something else to say?
Yeah, one more thing, guys. And if you're an Auburn fan, if you're looking at this and you're like, man, we whiffed on Kiffin, we whiffed on John Summerall. This is this is like 1A, 1B for me. Like Kiffin is Kiffin. I don't think he would have fully worked at Auburn, but I think these two guys like Summerall and Golesh, I think they're bringing wonderful things to you. And I apologize, it wasn't Bowen, it was Byron Brown. That's who it was.
Yes, Brown.
If
Yeah.
this kid has another year and he comes to Auburn as well, think about that offense. They are fourth in college football right now for points per game at 43. Like you are bringing a high level octane offense to Auburn, Alabama, and it is going. You've just got a lot of potential there. I don't want anybody to look down at this and be like, "Oh man, I'm just not excited. This isn't who I wanted." Who cares if it's not who you wanted? And I really hope the biggest problem with Auburn has always been, even when you saw it with Gene Chizik, Gus Malzahn, all these guys, it has been the boosters trying to have a hand in everything that happens and not so letting the coach walk in and do his thing and supporting him through it. So
Mhm.
if they can allow and that might be the reason they go after a group of six coach, hey, we can mold this guy into what we want compared to getting a big time Lane Kiffin who's going to try and come in and do his own thing. So maybe that's why they went for it. But at the end of the day, if they let Golesh be Golesh, we could be talking about SEC championships in the first 3 years of being here. You're at least going to see winning records. Auburn hasn't had a winning record since Malzahn in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And I think you see in the first year with Golesh. So now
I
I'll let you.
also Well, I was gonna say I also think that they're gonna try to retain Durkin as defensive coordinator, and I think
Yeah.
that's a great move.
Yeah.
He did not work out as a head coach for whatever reason. Some people aren't meant to be a head coach at certain moments in time. Maybe he's not, but I think they're gonna try to retain him, and that's a huge step as well to keeping that defense.
And I'll add to that, like I'd heard or I'd seen some things about like if he'd won the Iron Bowl, there's a better shot of him getting the head coaching job. If you're an Auburn fan and you really want to DJ Durkin, I like him. I just again, like Freddie mentioned, it's just probably in the time for him. And I'm very big about not reaching back into the bucket. He used to be a head coach at Maryland, and you know what happened with him and the players and everything. That was his own thing. But at the end of the day, he wasn't a great head coach.
Yeah,
He was okay, but some guys are just meant to be coordinators. And like, I think he's a fantastic coordinator. Pairing him with a high octane offense from Golesh, I think you were going to cause a lot of problems. We already saw what a defensive coordinator could get out of the offense at the helm. Think about a
yeah,
guy that can freaking coach the offense. I mean, you're just going to be doing wonders, I think.
yeah. No, you said it best there. So, guys, let us know down below what you think about this. I know we're excited and think it's a good hire. But I'm Freddie, been joined by Chase. We're Three Bold Takes, and we'll see you guys in the next video.